Well, I just got these, and what it is, they're little fairy lights. And the company contacted me and wanted to know if I'd do a review. I don't normally do a lot of reviews, but if it's something I use and I think the other crafters will use, I'll review it. So, these are, there's 16 sets of fairy lights in here, and I asked for the warm lights, what is it called? The soft white or the warm white. And I'm going to open them up because I'm going to do a project with them, but I want to open them. I want to see the color on them and just see them right fast. And then we'll do a project with them. Okay, let's see. Olafus LED string lights, Olafus, and they're under $1 a piece, so that's cheaper than even Dollar Trees. I'm gonna pull that out, and they do take, you can replace the batteries on them. I don't know. I'd have to look, but I know it's probably that one, the little round ones. I'm going to turn it on and see what it looks like. Okay. Well, I have to get it undone. But I can see me using these through Christmas. They'll be strung everywhere. And then you can hide your little box real easy. Alright, now I'm going to do a project with them. Alright, this is the first project I'm going to be working on. And it's a little wooden box that somebody's made. And it's been in the barn for quite a while. And my husband knows I like things like that, so he brought me in this box. It had a bunch of little, there was some old padlocks and just different little rusty, crusty things. But I dumped them out into another box, and this has been sitting in there quite a while. So I'm going to be doing things with bottle brush trees and with this and some jars and different items. And this is what I'm going to start out with. And I'm going to take you into my Silhouette studio. And this time, instead of just coming up and showing you I have a stencil and putting it on, I'm going to show you how I put together and take apart stencils. Just a quick one. And to come up with a design. So let's get started. Okay, I went into the Silhouette store and I bought several images and I've downloaded them. I'm going to go over here. And one of them is this one. I'm going to pull it down. And the other one is this one. And what I'm going to do is, to start with, I'm going to select this one here. And I'm going to ungroup it. Because I do not want these lines. And I'm going to delete those. Well, it didn't. Hang on, guys. I got them, everything there, just those. Delete. I don't want the December 25th in there, so I'm going to delete that. Now I want to use one of the reindeers here, so I'm going to have to highlight this and ungroup it. And I'm going to take a reindeer and I'm going to copy and paste. Now I'm going to pull that reindeer down into this. Let me kind of pull this off for a minute so I can pull this up and work with it. Well, okay, the reindeer I want a little bigger. I think that will do. Okay, I'll leave it about like that. Now, I will take that and group it. So now I can pull it around. Now I'll put it down here. Now I'm going to select this one Well, I'm going to have to, I've already ungrouped it, so I'm going to have to pull it over like this. All right. Now, I don't want, oh, my G's gone somewhere on games. I don't know where it went. Okay, and I'm going to delete that. I'm just curious if that G's over here. Yep, there, the G and the M. Okay, that's where they are. I'm going to go ahead and delete those. Okay, so I'm left with North Pole Trading Company. And I'm not sure I want the deer on each end of that. I don't think I do. So I'm going to delete those. All right, now I'm going to group that so I can move it around all together. I'm going to set them down here. I'm going to make a box so I'll know what size. It'll be bigger, but longer than my mat, but I won't need the box itself once I get it sized. Okay, it's 13 inches wide and 2.75 tall. Okay, now I've got to fit this stuff in there, so I want to make that about, I'd say about like that. And this, the North Pole Trading Company, I'm going to make it smaller. Just as long as it's fitting in my box. Just a little bit bigger. I think I'm going to put my box a color, a light color, so I can kind of see. I'll gray it out. Now I need to send it to the back so I can see my. Okay, now that's where I can see how better. I think that's about the way I want it. Over a little bit with that. Maybe over a little bit with this, because it does have about 1/4 of an inch. Whoops, wrong thing. I'm using the keys on my keyboard. I think that's about the size I want it. Yeah. Okay, so now I'll probably just take this away because I'm not going to need to cut that. And I'll group this. Let's see if I can pull that over. Make that white again. Not white, clear. Oh well, I'm going to delete it. Because I'm going to make another box to go around it. So when it cuts out, it will, I can weed around that. Now, I will take this and send it to my Cameo to cut it out so I can put it on my box. And it's got some really, really, really little letters there. But normally, my Cameo can handle that. All right, I have it ready to cut. Now, I'll put some stencil vinyl on my mat and cut this out to put on my box. Well, I have my stencil cut and on my box, and I'm going to put the emblem here in apple barrel red spice, and then I want a darker green for the Northern Trading Company, North Pole Trading Company, and I'm using Folk Art Green Umber because I wanted a dark, really dark. And I didn't want to use black, so I'm just gonna start stenciling this on, and I'm leaving the box the way it is. I did not do anything to the box other than wipe it down a little bit clean it up. Probably let that dry and put another coat on it. Well, I don't know. I don't want it that dark. And then I'll start decorating it. But I'm not going to have y'all sit here and watch me stencil all this, so I'm just going to do this and I'm going to pull it off. And then I'm going to start decorating. Alright, I have it stenciled, and I didn't go real dark on it because I wanted to make it look older. In fact, I'll probably go over it with some sandpaper after it dries well. But I kind of want to pull this up and see how all this looks. Oh, I like that, yeah. I'm glad I chose the red there. As a little deer. And also on this box, when Christmas is over, I can do something with the front side. Well, can't get that piece out of there. Because the front, it will be blank. Alright, I'm going to finish weeding this all out. Okay, I hope I have y'all where you can see what I'm doing. But I've got a piece of floral foam. I'm going to cut it into threes. That's loud. Well, it kind of chunked off there. I think about right here's even. Kind of overkill on my knife. If y'all hear me scream and run, don't pay attention. There's 2 wasps in here. It's cold outside, and somehow they've got in my room. Okay. Get that cut off about right there. Oh, I see it didn't cut off straight. There. That didn't fit. There we go. That works. Oh, I hit the camera. Okay, now I'm going to put, this is not going to be hard at all. I'm just going to stick these trees in there. Not going to be real elaborate. I like it simple. It's an old box. I'm going to put some Spanish moss in it. And this stuff's messy too. Okay. I have all different types of the bottle trees. Just going to stick them. I'm going to lay them on top for right now to kind of see how I want to do them. Yeah, I think about like that. Yeah, that'll work. Got to get them down in there. And I didn't turn my glue gun on, so I'm going to try to get them to stay without gluing them. Because I really want to tear this apart at the end of the season. Let's try this one. I mean, these are all different colors and kinds of trees. I'll put this little one down on the end. And this one right here, I think. I think they're going to stay up without the glue, too. Just have to be careful when I move them. like the way that looks. Okay, I may have to put a little more Spanish moss in there. Now, my little lights. You know me, I like lights and everything. And I will leave a link for these down below. They come up to like 90, I believe it was 93 cents a set, and then they had a 5% coupon on there right now. Oh, I got that stuff all over me, but don't get in my eyes. Okay, I need to turn them on so I can see kind of what I'm doing. Okay, that looks cute. And that's going to look cute on sitting on a shelf. I don't know, can y'all see that? I don't know if the lights are really showing up. But that was such a simple project, and you could even build one of these boxes. Just take you two pieces of board, three, because you need the bottom. Three, you'd have the bottom and the two fronts and the back, and it'd just be simple. I mean, it really would. And then you could make a stencil and fix it up too. I think that turned out really cute. And I'll mess with these lights a little more. I just didn't want to do it on camera, spend that much time on it, and have y'all see me fiddling with it. All right, now, I'll leave the link to the lights below. Like I said, they probably average out 90 cents with a discount, 90 cents for the strand. And if you go to Dollar Tree and get them, they're, what, $1.25? Unless, I think you can only get, I don't know how many you get. No, they're only one. And I don't know how many lights they have on them, but I think that turned out really cute. All right, I've got 2 more projects to do, so I'm going to move on to those. All right, you know I always pick up these cheese crocks at the thrift store and put them back when I decide there's a project I want to do. I did fill in the holes with some that spackling you get at Dollar Tree. Probably should have done it the second time after it dried, but that's okay. And I'm just putting a coat of Dixie Belle drop cloth on it. And I'm going to let each coat, it's probably going to take at least 2 coats, and I'm going to let it dry really well between each coat. That way, this is a slick surface. It'll stay. I don't normally have a problem as long as I do that. But I'm going to give this a coat, let it dry, and give it another coat, and I'll be back. Well, I've given my little crock 2 coats of Dixie Belle drop cloth, and now I've pulled out my crockery stamps, the IOD ones, and I'm going to put this, well, I can't really read it, but this is the one I've chose, and I'm going to use some Stays On ink. I don't want to get any on my hands. And then after that dries well, I'm going to give it a clear coat of the Rust-Oleum Matte Clear. Get that on there good, and I don't want to hit any of the sides of the part that I'm using to put it on with. All right. Oh boy, I have some on my finger. I'm going to try to lay it down centered. going to touch it down. And be careful. Okay, that's probably good. Now, it's all right. Now, I'm going to give it a clear coat of the, like I said, the Rust-Oleum clear matte, and then I'll come back and we'll decorate it. All right, now I have some of these, a bag that I cut off. I got a little potted tree or a little tree at the thrift shop, and it didn't look real good, so I just cut all the little pieces off from it and stuck it in a bag. Instead of using a bottle brush, an actual bottle brush on that, I'm just going to trim this one down. To look like a tree. It'll be a little messy. Kind of have to turn it to get every side trimmed. Make sure it's going up, or slanting in is what I'm trying to say. It's messy. I think I like the way that looks. It goes in well enough. Okay, I'm going to call that good. I'll clean that up here in a minute. And now I'll get my crock. And I don't think I'm going to raise it or anything. I think I'm just going to set it down in there. Well, I might get a little bit of... Yeah, I think I might get a little bit... Hang on, I'm going to get a little bit of floral foam to stick down in there. So mainly so it'll hold it level. So let's just stick it down in there. Where this stuff is messy. I'm not going to move anything. I'm going to clean it up here in just a second. Let's see. How this is going to look. Yeah, that's all I wanted it to stand up straight. Now, I think that's cute all by itself, just that. But I am going to style all this stuff, all these together, and let you see the way that all turned out at the end of the video. Okay, I hope I have a little bit better view than I did on the last one. My room is so little when I get the tripod. Oh, by the way, I did find my tripod, as you can see. It was tucked in with the spindles, and I didn't see it because it was standing up with all my spindles in a no milk bucket, but I found it. Anyways, this is just something I have for everyday decor that I keep out, and I thought it would look cute with a bottle brush tree in it, so I'm going to use the same type brush as I did in that one, and I don't have to do anything to it. I can just stick it in there like that. And I am going to do a little decorating on it. And I got me a baggie full of stuff here. And I'm just going to dump it in the tray. Got me some little pine cones and berries. And I'm just going to dump it in the tray. Kind of scatter them around. where you can see berries and pine cones everywhere. Okay, I don't know if I'm going to use these, but I did get some cinnamon sticks. I don't really know if I need them. I don't know. I don't think I like the cinnamon sticks. Okay, just a splash of red with the pine cones. Maybe I need something to make him stick up. I thought it would sit still. Well, I've got this stuff out. I might as well use a piece of it. See if that works. Yep, that works. And now just to set around on a shelf or something. I think that turned out pretty cute too. And then I just used some of that greenery that I got from the thrift store. I cut it up and have a full bag of it. And I don't know if you can see that. Oh. I'll show it to you styled, like I said, at the end. All right, I think I only have these last two, and they're gonna be quick. This is going to sit in my kitchen window, and the other one's going to go on my tiered tray. And this jar, actually, I bought it at the thrift store. I think it was 50 cents. And it had this zinc lid on it. And it has a seam, and I was looking at it, so I did Google it, and I put in these numbers, 23316, and ball right there. And this is supposed to be a rare canning jar. It doesn't look that old or anything special, but I'm not going to be canning in it, so I'm going to decorate with it. And I'm just going to put a little bit of hot glue in the middle of this tree, because I can scratch that off if I want to take it apart. Just stick it down in there. And now I have some Epsom salt. Okay. Let's even it out. And add some more pine cones, but I want little bitty ones. Or real smaller ones. There's a small one. I don't need a lot of them. There's a small one. And they have another bag of pine cones. I bought the other bag off of Amazon because I couldn't find this bag. I had got these pine cones out of a bag of potpourri that I bought from the thrift store. I picked it apart. This was out of the potpourri also. So I'm just going to sprinkle a couple of those in there. And put a few little red berries to give it some color. Well, that's good. That's just going to go in my kitchen window. But like I said, when I get done, when I get finished with all of them, I'll just group them together and let y'all see all of them together. But that's what that one turned out. So simple, so easy, and it's going to look cute in my kitchen window. And the next one is just an old jar. It's even got a crack in it, but I keep it and decorate with it. The lid's all rusty. So I had to find a base for I want this tree to go down in there. But I had to find a base that would go down in there, so I pulled it off of another one. And I don't think I want it. Okay, I am going to cut my base down. And put a smidget of glue on it. And to smash my tree. Okay, are you set? sitting straight. All right, now I'll put just a dab of glue on this. And this, the way I'm going to use it is like it's going to be on my tiered tray. Set that down in there. Pour just a little bit of this in there. It's clumpy Epsom salt. And I don't know if I really need to put anything in that one. Just leave it as it is. Yeah, I think I'll just leave that one. I don't know. I was thinking I might put like some homespun fabric, maybe the red around the top. All right, that is my bottle brush trees and the other kind of little cut up branches from a Christmas tree that I've done that I'm going to decorate with this year. I might be doing more, but I probably won't film them. But surely I have enough to go around. But I'm going to go and style all this and let you see how it all came out. Here they all are finished, and I'll show them to you one by one. Here's the candlestick that I just used the Christmas tree branch on and put the pine cones and the berries in the tray part of it. And I'm getting a glare on my old canning jar, but I have to point lights up here and it is glaring. That's the way it turned out. And here's my crock. I'll show you which stamp I used. And then the box, the old box my husband brought to me out of the barn. I really like the stencil that I used on it. I think the lights just set it off, make it look really cute. And there's the little old bottle that I have with the bottle brush in it, and I decided to put some homespun fabric and some little bells on it. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this video and it gave you some ideas. And until the next one, we'll see you later.